Hello, 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 Aqua. Hello, Massive Panda. Hello, Undead. How are you all tonight? As you're not sure whether the Undead's here because he says there's 28 minutes. I guess he was thinking that was how long there was left. But then he says, "Oops, wrong chat." Yeah. And then Massive Panda says, "Hey, what's up, Rick? Not much. Just starting the stream, of course, and hoping some people. Hey, Factor Draws. Hoping some people pop in with me to chat throughout this chill stream, live stream. Of course, um, Saturday was my birthday, and I turned the big 50. Can you believe this face is 50? Um, a lot of people don't. Maybe you do. I guess that's your right to, or whatever. But I am 50 now. I ended up going to a place called Montana's. No, not the state. It is a restaurant here. Hey, Undead. How are you? It's a restaurant here in Ontario. It might be throughout Canada. Um, Basically, it's a steak and rib type place. I had myself a 7-ounce steak with a baked potato, some iced tea, and they give me a free chocolate chip cookie about that big around with some ice cream, and then I think it's some caramel on top. Hey, Mike, how are you? Well, thank you, Factor. Thank you, Massive. And Massive says, "Happy belated birthday, Rick. You definitely do not look 50. You look way younger." Uh, Massive Panda says, "I hope I look 20 years younger at the age of 50." Well, thank you. And thanks for dropping by, Mike. Hello, the head ninja. And anybody that feels like they want to pop into the Discord and come on the panel, feel free. I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about, but yeah, me and my mom went to Montana's. She had a chicken burrito bowl. Um, and end up taking some of it home. We had some deep fried dill pickles and some deep fried shrimp with some sort of sauce on it. It was all good. Hello, Omvi. How are you? And how are you, Ninja? And Factor Draw saying happy late birthday, as well as Undead saying happy birthday and sup. Um, so, well, up in the area, I went to a secondhand video store and got myself some videos for my birthday. What did I get? What did I get? I got myself G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie DVD. It only cost me like $4. That's why I bought it. It wasn't too bad of a movie. I saw it. Hello, Ninja. How are you? I am good. I am good. Oh, I don't. Oh, give me a sec. I got this. I got the thing here on the wrong thing for video and voice. I forget that Discord. You gotta change it yourself. And so yeah, for $4 for Snake Eyes on DVD, I don't think it's too bad. It wasn't the best
Oh,
movie for GI Joe, but it wasn't the worst.
oh, that's good to hear because just about everybody else I've heard was like hating on it like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah, it was more of an origin story. It wasn't fighting GI Joe. I think they probably messed his origin up a little. It's Hollywood, right?
Yeah, they always, yeah, they never, for some reason, they consider it an unpardonable sin to actually read the source material before making a movie.
Yeah.
Seems like
Or
that's all I ever
or
hear. Don't read the comic book. Don't watch this show from 20 some years ago. Just write it out.
yeah. Well, they read it and they may even watch it, but they like, oh, we don't need to follow it. Screw whoever like this beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to actually have some people actually come and watch this movie. you know, that
Yeah.
will most
Yep.
likely come and watch it, if we stick close and we know they're going to watch it and love it and probably go see it 3 or 4 times. Well, I'm not usually one to
Yep.
go see a movie 3 or 4 times in theaters, but there are people that do, especially if they
Yep.
love a movie, and especially fans of something like that would, real super fans. I won't say I'm a super fan of G.I. Joe. I liked the cartoon as a kid. I watched it when I could. Um, just because where I lived, I wasn't able to get, good TV all the time. So, and it's one that I'm through Tubi. I'm starting to watch episode by episode. So,
Wait, what are you watching?
GI Joe,
Oh,
the original. Like I'm starting to. I've watched, I think, the first episode or part of the first episode for the mini series. Uh,
yeah.
uh,
They had the first mini. They had like the first five-parter, and then they had Revenge of Cobra, and then they started showing, and then they started having episodes on a regular.
yeah. So that's what I'm. Well, I'm also watching. I'm watching a few shows like that on Tubi. They got some old type stuff. I've been
Yeah.
watching Archie's Weird Mysteries, making
Mm,
more for that at the moment. But once I get probably through Archie's Weird Mystery, I'll probably get on to
yeah.
another one. Um, you know, um, more on track. I watched
Yeah.
the first episode of Mask, Mobile Armored Strike, something.
Oh, the show where, oh yeah, where
The
oh, that
vehicle's
was that kid.
transformed.
Yeah, and the team was led by some guy who looks a lot like Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Hello, Aqua. Timothy's here and says, "The real American zero." Oh, I mean hero.
Uh huh.
So what else I also got was Star Trek: The Original Series Season 2 on Blu-ray
Ooh,
for $20 Canadian.
dice.
And these prices, all that I'm going to quote, of course, are Canadian. And I also got Season 3 of that for $20.
Mm, very good.
Um, what else? I got Season 3 of Reba. Again, that was fairly cheap. That was $3. Striker was his name, says Timothy Olsen. Yes, a good striker, right? Compared to Wolverine. And I got Flash season 1 on Blu-ray for
Um,
$17
yeah,
Canadian.
yeah. Speaking of Flash, the movie was okay, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, probably to me the best part was them honoring George Reeves, Christopher Reeves, Adam
Yeah,
West at the end.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was okay. It wasn't the worst thing that I've seen. Like Catwoman is still worse
Yeah.
with Halle Berry.
Yeah.
There might be a couple other ones. Timothy says Wolverine is a cool Canadian. Yes, he is. And I got also Arrow season 2 on Blu-ray. I already own number 1.
Yes. CW just needs to remember that he's not Batman.
Yes, that's the only thing that I really disliked about the. Well, there's probably other things, but they really more made him into Batman in this. Did they break Superman's spine to honor him? No, they did not. But yeah, I got that for $15 Canadian. And the last thing that I got, um, there for videos, the new Battlestar Galactica season 3 for that was $4. Uh, Massive Panda says maybe they'll do another multiverse movie where the hero travels back in time and triggers an event that erases the last 5 years of crappy comic book movies. Hey, Captain Finity, how are you? Yes, that might be nice. I'm not sure whether Captain Finity would like uh, Batman's version of time travel in the multiverse. He might actually like it.
Uh,
Did you play Risk Cap? I'm not sure what you mean, Timothy. Like Risk as in the game? I've played it on like Steam or whatever. I think I've played it digital versions a year ago online. It was an amazing disaster. What? Oh, the Flash movie, Captain Finity. Hello. Who do we have here? I recognize. Hey, Factor. How are you?
hmm, must be having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I know he was having problems with his mic last week. He might still be having problems.
Ah,
I caught his stream, I think last week. There, he wasn't trying not to laugh as he what? No, Risk. Yeah, the game Risk, right, Timothy? Well, normally a board game, but they have made it. They have done a digital version of it.
they've done multiple board games of that.
It says no, Rick playing the traditional board game Risk online on my channel. Oh, I guess you were asking Captain Finity, not me, about playing it.
Uh,
Okay, I just didn't realize that the cap was short for Captain Finity. I should have realized it. My bad, Tim.
yeah.
So what have you been up to, Ninja?
Not a whole lot. Just work. Basically, just working. Seeing a couple of movies. I saw Across the Spider Verse. I think it was last week,
Ah, cool, cool.
and I was especially impressed by that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. The only thing that I didn't like about it really was his backpack near the beginning. It had
Yeah,
the BLM uh, sticker on it or button, whatever it was supposed to be.
of course it would. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Did you see Transformers yet?
Not yet.
It was pretty good. Oh,
I haven't been
okay.
very fond of the live action Transformers movies.
Yeah. Well, it's good for what it is, I will say. Like obviously, well, Optimus they finally have as the original transport that he should be, but Bumblebee's back to being the Camaro and all that, and then you know,
If they could just stop taking his voice away from him in every movie,
yeah, that's something I don't like either. You
he is
know,
the. That was a nice little gimmick for like the first movie, but to bring it back again with almost no explanation whatsoever, that's no.
yeah. Well, right
He
now
needs
it
his
makes
voice.
sense because it should be back when he uh didn't have it. Because this is set in the 80s or the 90s. It's set shortly after Bumblebee, I would say, a couple years after Bumblebee.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't mind them bringing the Maximals in. I just wish they would have brung in. I'm not probably giving away much. I don't think would have brung in the Predacons instead of they used another faction of name from the original Terracons. So
Those, that was a different breed of Decepticon.
Yeah, well, same with Predacons, right?
Yeah. Yes, but but they weren't Terracon, but they were also Predacon. They were uh, they were the predecessors of the Predacons in Beast Wars.
Well, the Predacons in Beast Wars were the predecessors of the
The Decep- yeah, they were the
Decepticon.
yeah, they were Decepticon descendants.
Yeah. No, I don't think the Terracons in this one were Decepticon descendants. I could be wrong though.
I'm not entirely sure the Maximals are Autobot descendants, but I hadn't seen the movie yet, so
Yeah.
may have been some time travel shenanigans going on.
Well, there is a little bit, um, but they don't really get it. They don't really do much on the time travel or show it much. I don't want to say too much because I don't like giving out too many spoilers.
I get it.
Because I feel somebody watches it, they don't. Most people want to watch a movie without too many spoilers.
I'm the exact same way, so I get it.
Well,
Especially when it's something I really want to see.
okay, Massive Panda put in a chat and then it went away.
Interesting. Did he delete it himself?
I don't know. I'm not even sure whether he would have had time to. Let's see if I can see it. Okay, this doesn't. Hey, Bertha. Oh, why did you retract your message, Massive? I will never know unless I see you in person, Bertha. Uh, okay, what happened to my image? There we go. Let's see. Massive says, I honestly didn't mind the first Transformer movies, but the other ones, I didn't see any of the other movies after the first Mark Wahlberg one, but I fell asleep on that one. Yeah,
Well, I didn't like the ones with Shia LaBeouf in them, so I wasn't going to see any of the ones with Mark Wahlberg in them.
yeah. I didn't really. Uh, I they were good for what they were, I guess, the movies, but I did not like the fact that they didn't really follow the G1 stuff because one of the things that they said before making them or as they were making them, oh, we're going to stick to the G1. And I'm
Liar!
yeah, let's meet in China. Yeah, okay, that'll
Your
happen in
lies,
about 50
yeah,
years, Bertha.
yeah. His lies were worse than Kevin Smith's.
Uh,
Yeah, remember when Kevin Smith promised the exact same thing with Revolutions, and look at the best we got with that.
let's see, Massive says I retracted it because I can't for crap. I think he meant type with crap. I kept hitting the enter before my message was completed. I do that constantly.
Oh,
Yeah. I
don't
won't
you
give
just love
out
it when
my
it happens?
I'm not giving out my number, Bertha. Not to nobody that I don't really know. There's only
Good idea.
like one,
Shouldn't do it.
only about one or two people on this channel that I'd give out my number to. My in life, real life number. But I can't
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
you
yeah.
from messaging me if you want to message me. But I have no money to go to China, so it'll be a long time before we meet in China. Uh, uh, you know me, silly.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Or gotta start thinking of something. Bertha, are you acting? You are acting very strange. Says Factor draws. Um. So what else can we talk about? Well, I'm almost done Canadian Shield 1 Remastered. I should be done page 23 tomorrow. I
Cool.
probably could have been finished it today, but I didn't put in the time. And then on to the last page.
Oopsie.
Massive says, I don't understand why these studios don't invest in animation and do a beautiful, fully animated films based on the old IPs instead of doing the live action remakes, reboots, reimaginings. Oh, I would say they probably have, most of them have a studio. Like, who's Transformers done by? The live action
Uh,
ones?
I don't remember now.
But I'm sure, it would be easy enough for them to do a live action or an animated film for
Hmm.
it to be hired out or whatever for that. Because how many Transformers or GI Joe people have done that. And I guess it would be a different company. They could do that for a different company too, hire that out to do a movie. But
Yeah.
you're right, Panda. It's not even. I don't mind them doing the live action, but if you're gonna do it right. Stick to your source material, or
Yeah.
something that people like. Like okay, take the Little Mermaid. Like I think there's the early version that was done by some independent company, a little bit closer to the Hans Christian Andersen called the Littlest Mermaid or something like that. And then, of course, there's the Disney version with Ariel, and most people
Yeah.
like that. So,
Yeah. Yeah. But
s-
there was also, and there was also one that was animated in Japan.
yeah. So,
Back way like back in the 70s.
so and maybe that's the one I'm thinking about, the Littlest Mermaid or something like that. There might
Let
be
me.
one from the 70s because if I remember what it looked like, I could say it could easily be anime or manga. What you know, the drawing style, but also back then I would know, but
Uh, let's see. It just the film just says Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid.
yeah, and that could be it, the one that I'm thinking about, and maybe Japan did
Mm,
do it. I
yeah.
won't say that they did because I have no clue.
They did. I had to wiki up.
Yeah, well, I know you're saying Japan did. I'm just saying if it's the one that I think it is because I don't know when the one that I'm thinking of is the one
Mhm.
when it was drawn and by who. So the
I mean,
one
there's
that I
several.
think,
I mean, there's been several takes on it. I mean, I don't.
yeah. But if Disney is redoing it, do it like you have. Yeah, it adds a thing when you do live action compared to you know, um, the
Yeah.
animation and regular animation. I could even see. I could see keeping the as much a lot of people complained about it doing live action. I could see keeping the crab looking like an actual crab.
Yeah.
I can get down with that.
As long as it's not talking.
Well, even with it talking or singing, you just got to remember it's what it is.
Yeah. Yes. Hideous.
Yeah. Massive says,
Uh,
I just feel like these live action remakes are pointless. Why not just do an animated sequel that would
but yeah.
be more
Apart from
canon? Go ahead.
apart from grotesque CGI, the one of the a lot of the biggest problem that these Disney remakes have is the fact that they throw in a bunch of fluff that doesn't really do anything to enhance the story. Like
Yeah.
they'll throw in a bunch of stuff like it's like okay, they'll give like the prince a mother or something like that. It's like okay, so how does this improve the story? I just as far as I can see, this is just some meaningless fluff that only exists to pad the runtime.
Yeah. And it's like, well, I guess you're talking the Little Mermaid there. It's like,
Oh,
did we even see the mother in the Disney one, the
it did.
original, the
We didn't
little,
see. Little Mermaid, we didn't see in the original in Disney's original animated versions. We didn't see any. We didn't see any of Eric's parents. They could have died for all we know.
Yeah, so at
And
that
he's
point, why
right.
do you need to say anything about the mustard? Hello, Pack God. And then let's see. That would be Massive Panda continued to say that would be more canon than the old direct to VHS sequels and superior to the live action remakes. Probably Massive.
Yeah,
Uh, Massive says that
but
old
yeah,
school 2D animation had so much charm to the look of it. There's nothing charming or endearing about Emma Watson as Belle or the other girls awful raping in The
yeah,
Little Mermaid.
yeah, yeah. Beauty and the Beast is the prime suspect of what I was talking about. It's like for instance, you had Belle's mom died of a plague. It's like okay, how does this? It's like okay, I understand you're addressing a bunch of quote unquote complaints because I guess somebody said something like, "What happened to their mom? We only see their dad. We only see their dads," and it's like, oh, her mother died of a plague. Okay, how does this improve the story? It doesn't.
No. Packard says, "Bro, nah,
It happened one time.
I'm not sure what you're saying. Nah, to Pack." Pack says, "Perfect for my next video." I'm not sure what's perfect for your next video, but I'm glad. I think. And remember, everybody, hit that like button and share this out. Let people know that we're here talking. About whatever comes up. It's the chill stream. And starting next week, of course, I am going back to 5 days a week.
Oh,
Because
cool.
I'm not sure whether you've heard Ninja, but YouTube has changed some of their requirements for certain monetization things like super chats, super stickers, getting a thing at the bottom of your video for your product stuff, and for to have a membership.
Yeah, Yeah, I noted. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I know about the membership packages, now I'm beginning to see why a lot of other YouTubers are starting to promote their cash apps.
Yeah, because with you now you need 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So of course I'm down from my on my watch hours. Of course I used to be at over 4,000, but now I'm down. So I got to build that back up. So best way
Yep.
to do that is some more live streams. So High Noon's
Yeah.
coming back 3 days a week, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. The chill streams will continue on Tuesday nights. Hello, Vant. And hello, Dillard. How are you?
Ooh, Dillard's in the building.
Um, and then Wednesday nights, I'm going to try and have people on to promote their comics or whatever, stuff like
Uh,
that, you know. I've
yeah.
reached out to somebody for next Wednesday. If not, I'm thinking about just going through my old comics and maybe reading, three or four of them, something like that, for, you know, an hour, 2 hours.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm talking probably back from the '90s, maybe some '80s stuff or whatever. Depends on what
Mm-hmm.
I have. I have a lot of. I have like 2 to 3,000 comic books, so I have a lot to choose from. And I have DC. I have We'll have some Archie stuff, and I have some other independent stuff as well. Timothy's happy about the High Noon stuff. My night is good so
Oh,
far. Vant, how is yours? We're glad to have you here. Watching. We're just chilling, talking about whatever comes up, either through the chat or just in our talking about whatever comes up. What we'll be doing now on from Tuesday nights. And actually, I should, not that, uh, just so people can see both of us. Not that you're really showing anything.
yeah, we haven't figured that part out yet. But yeah, I was just I was just looking. I was just looking for a Kickstarter I had just backed recently called "Super Plumber Sisters" by Tyler Carpenter of
Yeah,
Drawn Talk fame.
yeah, I heard about that. It sounds pretty good. Um, so on my night is wonderful, wonderfully wonderful. Been chilling, says Joshua. Hey, Joshua, how are you? You still there?
I'm here.
Okay, just because he went silent. Um, and I wasn't hearing any background noise, so I was like, is he there? Did he something happen to him?
Nope,
But
nothing happened yet.
uh,
I was reading I was reading Joshua's chat.
yeah, uh, I just got back from eating a $2,000 steak at the finest restaurant in Los Angeles. Wow, that's pretty cool. What restaurant, if you don't mind me asking, Vant? Um,
That better be the best steak ever.
yeah,
Oh, this is in Los. Oh, it's in Los Angeles, so
yeah.
maybe.
Were you dining at Hell's Kitchen?
I know, right? I was
You
like, yeah, I was gonna ask like, what was he doing, paying two G's for a steak? But then I saw it was in Los Angeles, so
yeah. Um, well, I'm sure they have cheaper steaks there, regular steak type places. Obviously, it's as he said, the finest restaurant in Los Angeles. So, what that is, who knows? Um, Joshua says, "You don't have to laugh if you don't get it, Rick."
but
Okay, I don't get
but
it, but
but if I'm sorry, but if I pay two G's for a steak, it better be as good as advertised.
well, I'm sure the steak, the plate, or what would have had a little bit more than steak with it. I would hope, but
Uh,
and I hope it would have been a fairly big steak. Not like I had on my birthday there on Saturday. I had a 7 ounce steak, so that wasn't super big. But my appetite's gone down recently, so I've been
uh,
losing some weight because of it.
uh,
So,
uh,
uh,
I've been in the gym too.
yeah. Well, I'm not even going to the gym.
You're not in the gym?
I'm just eating, training. I've been eating a lot less lately, purposely,
You're
and doing
you're
a
halfway
little
there.
bit, doing a little bit of, I won't say exercise, but walking a few places here and there.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, that's real. That's the minimum you need. Like,
Yeah,
just put less on your plate. Maybe eat more of the green stuff.
yeah,
Stop eating at McDonald's so much.
yeah. Well, I haven't. I won't say I haven't eaten at McDonald's in years, but I think around Christmas time or just after Christmas, I went up uh to do some shopping, and the only place I went up real early in the morning. The only place open. I got there a little earlier than I expected, so I had to wait around. So I ended up going into McDonald's, and I had like something cheap to eat, like an egg McMuffin or something like that. I forget what now, but it was, you know, just something that at the time, unless I'm in a situation like that, I don't really go to McDonald's on purpose anymore.
That's kind of a. That's kind of what it is for me too. It's like okay, I'm low on, I'm pressed for time. I gotta eat some quick.
Yeah. Let's see.
So
Massive says, I wanted to back Super Plumber Sisters by Tyler, but he releases so many projects a year. I can't keep up or afford it.
yeah,
Uh,
that's Tyler for you.
and he says I already backed my super sexy witch and
Yeah,
the girls with the Mega Fist 3. Well, that's cool.
I,
That's good.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Him and Tim are like that though. I am so far behind on Common America.
yeah. I got a not their last campaign, but I think their second last campaign. I got like an omnibus or something like a big. thing, a digital version. I haven't read it yet. I've got to make my way through a
Yeah.
bunch of comics. I've been meaning to read them on Saturdays and then do a little review for Monday or Tuesday or whatever to put out.
Okay,
And for whatever, like my thing, but I haven't the last couple
yeah.
weeks. I forgot 2 weeks ago, and then last week last week was my birthday, so I didn't want to do much.
Oh,
uh,
the last week was your birthday. Well, happy belated birthday.
yeah, meaning like last Saturday, like my
Yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, okay, and
Mine was
Timothy.
late. Yeah, mine was yesterday.
Well, belated happy birthday as well.
I'm not quite as old as you are, though.
Yeah. Uh, and Dillard, if you're still listening, if you want to hop on, feel free. You're always welcome. Timothy says yes. If it's not you, should be allowed to kick the owner in the taint. Vaughn said it's called Herman's. Okay, the dish was fabulous, so tasty. Well, that's good. I hope you feel you got your money's worth for that much. I know
Uh,
I know with what I spent, I felt I got my money's worth at Montana's. Um, Timothy says there is a hamburger in Vegas that costs 5,000. Yeah, I know. I've seen these shows where about these burgers or whatever, these different dishes that cost mucho
yeah,
dinero,
yeah.
and it's crazy.
Man, I'm just gonna go to Red Robin's and get a hamburger there and call it a day.
Yeah. Uh, Vaughn says, "Oh, wonderful, Mr. Tim. I'm actually heading to Vegas in a week." Timothy there says comes with a small bottle of wine. Well, I'd hope so with 5,000 bucks. I'd hope it would
Yeah,
go with more than the burger. Well, yeah,
yeah,
because there's some burgers that they sprinkle like gold dust on or something like that. So you're
yeah.
literally eating gold. Um, let's see. Vaughn says, "Oh, I love Don Yevon wine. It's the finest. Cool, cool." Timothy says, "So does that mean your shit is worth 2,000?" Laugh out loud.
Might be,
Laughs.
could be.
Joshua says, "Happy birthday." Probably to both of us. JR says, "Hail Zeno and hail Princess Xena, our only true savior." Vaughn says, "Oh, I don't worry about money. I run a business." Well, obviously, you run a very successful, profitable business, and I'm glad to hear that. I hope to do that one day too. I run a business too, my comic books. It's not quite that profitable yet that I can, shill out $2,000 for a burger.
Right?
I'm not even sure whether if I could, I would. But more the merrier
Um,
if you can and want to.
I don't even think Jack Kirby could, and that guy was regarded as the king of comics.
Yeah.
But then
So
again,
go ahead.
but then again, but then again, but then again, when he was living, they did they. It was very common for artists to get done dirty.
Yeah. Well, then again, back then, $5,000 hamburger or $2,000 hamburger would be like, the 2,000 would be like 10, like paying out 5 or 10, back then for a burger.
Right.
So, an expensive burger would be a lot less back then, but it would be very similar. Anyways,
Yeah.
Massive says, I'm so behind on Comic America. The downside of not getting comics from the comic shop is that we have to keep up with campaigns instead of pulling every installment of the series in a pull list. Very true, Massive. Very true.
Yeah.
Uh,
Start trying to get published, guys. This Kickstarter stuff is killing us.
yeah. Well, I hope to, be able to, eventually just go straight off my website and maybe get straight into comics. Comic
Yeah.
shops, like Fund My Comics is, of course, they're working with another, I think, another company, or Luke has formed his own
Yeah.
company for
I mean,
distribution to comic shops and like that.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Like if you could, I mean, that would if y'all could get your books on Comixology, that would be good too.
Yeah, well, I think that's easy enough to do. You just gotta put it up there, right? I don't think they have.
Um,
I
oh
don't.
yeah,
I could be wrong. I don't think there's much of a process to doing that.
I'll have to look into it. Amazon has something like that, but I have to look into Comixology.
Yeah. Timothy says, business or not, I would not pay that much for a steak or a hamburger. Yeah, same here,
Right?
Timothy. Timothy, I probably wouldn't either. Even if I had,
Yeah,
even if I was a multimillionaire, I probably wouldn't. But hey, anybody that wants to, that's up to them. They're making their money.
yeah,
It's up to them
just like
to spend it how they want.
just like people who pay just like people who pay $8 for a check mark on Twitter. I
Yeah.
don't care what you do with your
The,
money.
there's lots of things that we probably spend lots of money on that other people wouldn't. Like I'm sure a lot of us comics guys here, if we had the chance to buy some, like if we had the money to buy, like, say, Action Comics #1 in mint condition or whatever, we would do it. And that's a few $1,000,000 of a purchase, but you know where there's other people that would never spend $1,000,000 on a comic book. Uh, Jr. says for $5,000 you can have
You got
two
trying
cows
so bad.
delivered to your home and make your own burgers. Timothy, true that, Jr. Timothy says, well, like Scottish side of my family, I am cheap. Joshua says, no, I was only saying happy birthday to one of you. Okay, so that's probably. Uh,
That's probably you.
no, I was gonna say it's probably Ninja, not me, but hey, whoever it
Uh,
was, that's fine. Uh,
yes, thank you anyway.
yeah. Vaughn says, not to brag, but I just picked up a new $180,000 car just yesterday. Wow, that is cool. Um,
Uh-huh.
awesome for you. Just
Yeah.
be sure to back our books, please. I'm not sure whether you're into comics or not, Vaughn. This is a comic channel. Well, comic and Christian channel. I sort of combine the two, but sometimes I talk
Yeah.
the Christian stuff. Sometimes I don't. It depends on whether it comes up or not. But right now Tuesday nights is just a chill stream. We talk about pretty much whatever. Hey, Dillard.
Hi, Rick. How are you?
I am good. I am good. How was
Hello,
your
Dillard.
time? How was your time on Captain Finity's channel?
What does that mean?
It's just a question. I did not see. I saw you over there, obviously, but I did not see you watch the whole thing while you were on there. So
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Huh.
Somebody's got the stream on in the background. I can hear. Um,
Uh,
Timothy says, like Joshua here, he can only afford to say happy birthday to one person.
hey,
Timothy then says, everyone, remember, we robbed Vaughn's house.
times are tough. I get it.
I have a question.
Okay. What is your
When are
question?
times gonna stop being tough?
Never.
Oh,
But
well then
when
what's
you-
the point of stating that times are tough?
Hoping things get better. When will they get better?
Yeah.
Well, for you guys, when you get a better president, and of course for us, when we get a better prime minister, because I'm here in Canada.
What the hell does the president have to do with your quality of life?
Well, he's the
Nothing.
guy. He's the guy that's making all your inflation go up.
We've had inflation for years.
Yeah, you've had inflation, but he's made it go up really drastically in the last couple of years. But I don't know. Maybe never. Maybe when a better president does more for you guys, better president does better financial stuff.
And what will happen when inflation goes down? Other than people just changing the prices of shit.
Well, there's the question in and of itself. Will people change the prices when it goes down? And that's hard to say because people,
Oh,
unfortunately,
no. The correct answer is, of course, they're going to do whatever is best for their own personal interest. So yeah, they're not going to change prices.
yeah,
They're going to
because
change prices whatever way is beneficial to them to the maximum amount that they can squeeze out of you every time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say they probably won't because they're greedy.
Everyone is greedy. That's the whole point. That's why democracy and capitalism works.
Yes, but it's containing your greed, so
Yeah.
you know.
Capitalism kind of lets you get away with it better.
So you're talking about more government oversight. Is that what you're talking about, Rick?
No, no, no. I'm just talking about individuals channeling. Well, I'm not channeling. Oh, we've lost Dillard somehow. I was talking about
Oops.
more.
Hey,
There we have him back. I was talking about more. Um, not channeling's the wrong word, but channeling your greed because you can all, like you said, Dillard. They're gonna squeeze as much as they can out, but if you don't, you got to realize how much you can put out before you're losing customers. People won't buy your product because it's too expensive.
So
can't-
so the line is $8. If I can squeeze $8 out of you, Piper, before you say, you know what, that's enough. That's too much. $9 is too much. I'm gonna charge you $8.
Yeah, but if I say that,
I'm not gonna charge you $6.
yeah,
I'm not gonna charge you $7.45. I'm gonna charge you $8.
yeah, but it's figuring out that I will pay $8 or the average person will pay
What
$8.
what's figuring out? What's figuring out?
Well, that's it. How do you figure out that somebody will pay 8, or they won't pay 6? And there's the thing, maybe I'll pay 8, but Joe Blow down the street will only pay 6.
Well, this
And
is
then Joe
square
Blow
one
up
of running
the
a
other.
business. You should have thought about this a long time ago.
Then the other guy up the street, well, he's willing to pay 9. So it's trying to figure out.
You know what? What
Yeah,
is the point you're making? I don't get it.
I don't
Well,
get it either.
I guess my point is just it's trying to figure out what most customers will be willing to pay, and it can be a hard thing to figure out.
Is that a conversation? That's like saying, I wonder how much water I could put in this bucket before it gets too heavy. No, it's just something you just do. It's
Yeah.
something you just go and figure out. That's it.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously because you put your product out there, the price, and then you watch whether people are buying it. Or
I'm not talking about how you do it. It's something you just do.
Yeah. Talk slower for Dillard, Rick, said Timothy. And Timothy said, why not 7:59? Let's see, we missed a few things here. Massive Panda said, yo, Dillard. Timothy was just kidding about robbing Van's house. And then he said, well, I'm going to build my inventory and eventually get distribution deal with Diamond or whatnot. Actually, after about 3 comics, you can actually put in for signing up for Diamond nowadays, Timothy. Because they don't have DC and Marvel, they're going for indies now. They're more willing. They've got a whole thing up on their website about it. What the criteria?
Thank God for Diamond.
Yeah.
And it gives a rat's ass what Diamond is doing. The hell with those guys.
And Timothy says he's still doing research on that. Timothy says, yes, Vaughn. 11, feel free to sign up for Melvin 3 on Fun My Comic. Vaughn says, yes, I must buy your fabulous comics. Sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Timothy says, I have an answer when they are not tough. Next question, Joshua says, is the Canadian Shield wearing a hat? Yes, he is. He's wearing a Cross Comics hat in the background there. Joshua. Timothy
So
says,
I don't understand it. Did you invite me on to have a conversation or have me sit here while you read the chat slowly?
I'm trying to read it fast. conversation. You know, I'm just trying to make sure I don't. I pay attention to my chat. Too.
When he start when he starts getting like thousands of subscribers and like 500 and like maybe like 200 maybe like 200 people watching the stream at one given time, and he ain't got time to read all the
He doesn't have
chats.
time to read the chat right now.
True. Okay, so what do you want to talk about, Dillard?
Oh, Mike Geeks in here.
I want to talk about you, Rick.
What do you want to
Okay.
talk about me about? What? What do you want to talk about me? Anything in particular?
I want to talk about why you're so infatuated with the old way of doing things every time. There's not a bone of innovation in your body. Why is that?
What do you mean? I went with the crowdfunding thing. I'm doing it. There are things to say about the old ways. They did work for a while, so there's something in them.
Some things worked.
Yeah. So we got to learn what
Like
worked
what?
with them.
What worked about them?
Well, comic shops getting stuff out to your possible fans, readers, however you want to word it, you know, on a regular basis, you know, and that way you knew money was coming in. Obviously, some of the ways DC and Marvel did it in the recent years about all the variant covers, I wouldn't say worked quite well, but you know, they you know what, 70s, 80s, 90s, early thousands, it's worked for them. Is it a thing of the past? I don't know. Is it just because, you know, Marvel and DC are not producing good stuff that it's not working anymore? If we put out good stuff, will it work? A Massive Panda says the pull list was literally the only thing that worked in the comic book industry. Dillard says, let's talk about me, guys. Was that you, Dillard, or is that somebody pretending to be you?
Unless you took
you
my
got-
wrench, that's not me.
Well, you got people on Twitter impersonating other people on Twitter, so it's possible.
Oh, yeah. Well, I always have somebody impersonating somebody. Well, not always, but a lot of times. Dylan Draw says, is that me? No. Yes, Dylan Draw is on the panel. Dylan Draws. Oh, that's
Huh?
the one what the wrench is saying. Is that me? Now they're fighting on who's who. Well, I think the one with the
Well,
wrench
I
is
would
the
never
real one.
type. I would never in the world type your Y-O-U-R when I mean you are.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Rick, I think you've just gotten to the bottom of this case. Go ahead and time that person out. Likely it's my wife.
No, I think it's somebody else trolling.
Could be.
You know my chat. It's always full of trolls. Usually good-natured ones.
No, you haven't. You haven't had a chat in 3 years. What are you talking about? Ever since
Oh,
you stopped streaming.
yeah, that's cool.
I've been streaming for the last 3
Hey.
years, just not as much. But of course, next week I start streaming 5 days a week again.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You know, when I was streaming regular, I'd be lucky to get like one or two people in the street and then chat at one time.
So you're surprised that I'm going back to the 5 days a week, John?
No,
You
I'm
happy?
not surprised at all. I know that you. I know last week we were on a stream or something, and somebody brought up that YouTube is monetized. I figured you'd be going 5 days a week soon after that.
Yeah.
If not 7 days a week.
No, just 5. I don't want to completely burn myself out.
Yeah, I don't know how some of these I don't know how a lot of these YouTubers do it. They'll like you got some of these guys. They'll be streaming like eight like 4 hour streams, like 2 4 hours, 2 3 4 hour streams.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys even human?
Factor Draw says at this point the title should be "Not So Chill Streams." Why not so chill? We're all chill. We're just chilling, talking about this, that, and whatever.
Yeah, you got to change the name to High Tea No Chill, all action streams.
Extreme.
The extreme chill.
Sure, why not?
Massive Panda says you peasants can stream all you want on YouTube for pennies.
True. I won't even be getting pennies at first. I'm just trying to get my hours back up to like over 3,000. Although Diller's almost there. If
So
you
what's
get
your plan?
well, bringing back High Noon for 3 days a week.
There you go.
Some of them I'm going to be drawing on.
Well, I mean, you had a pretty voracious chat some years ago, and it seemed like in order to get money from said chat, you had to do demeaning things to yourself. What's going to be different about these super chats? Are the super chats just going to come rolling in, or is there going to be some sort of a reason why people would send super chats?
Yeah.
Well, somehow I doubt they're just going to come rolling in.
Well, you gotta have. So what? So what's the plan? How do you plan on getting these super chats?
I don't know. I've got to get there first, or come close. So,
Yeah, that's true.
there's got to be. I don't plan on doing. I would say not anything too demeaning. Then again, what's the worst? Was the worst thing I did? Kiss a card, or was it the kissing the Scully?
Yeah, you were performing
You're
sexual
stupid.
acts on stream.
That was not a
Okay.
sexual act. Kissing is not a sexual act.
Not necessarily.
Oh,
Depending
I
on
should.
context.
I could tell my wife that she caught me kissing the neighbor girl.
Hey, I ain't saying nothing.
It's not a sexual act. Her husband
Nice,
wasn't
listen.
home. It was completely consensual, non-sexual.
You're, lu-
Well-
you're lucky we can't. You lucky we can't play Kiss the Girl on this stream. Otherwise, your stream would be dead.
What's your OF name? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Factor. But
He's saying since
Yeah,
you're
what that-
basically turning your channel into an OnlyFans, what's going to be your new name?
Oh,
hey, good night, Spoon.
let's see. I'm opening up an OnlyFans. I'm gonna be slanging them. Yeah, whatever floats your. Yeah, whatever floats your boat.
Good night, Spoon says, I have to admit, I was not happy with that stream or the way certain individuals capitalize on your financial disposition for their amusement. Well, everybody will, well, not everybody, but a lot of people will try and do that. But if I thought it was very bad, I wouldn't have done it.
Gotcha.
But, well, I won't say kissing. Well, kissing is definitely not sexual because. But can it be intimate? Yeah. Because, like you kiss your mom or you kiss a kid on the head or whatever.
Whoa!
But not everybody.
or your
I was like,
or your
yo,
kid kisses you on the cheek goodnight or something like that.
pause.
So I'm saying, kissing is not necessarily a sexual act. Can it lead to it? Yes. Like you just,
That's where it
you give
starts.
your wife a kiss goodbye on the cheek. I wouldn't say that's sexual. And hello, Jeff.
It is when I do it.
Hey,
Well, we all can't be you, Dillard. Rick's about to get clipped. It says Massa Panda. What did Rick just say? I think some people are trying to take what I'm saying out of context.
welcome to YouTube. Everything you say gets taken out of context.
Welcome to my chat.
That too.
um, do this. So, as for super chats and that, I have no idea yet how to,
Right.
get those. And, a lot of time, there's some people that use drama to get it. Some people just, I guess, depending on how big the channel is and how many people are typing,
Yes.
will depend on whether somebody wants to get my attention with something that they're saying. They might.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me here, who in the chat right now do you think is going to be your biggest super chatter?
I have no idea.
Or is it going to be some mythical new fan that you get because you're streaming 5 days a week?
Well, I have no idea. I honestly don't expect at first to get the super chats.
Is
and
it
all
going to
that.
be Joshua Hughes?
So you would say that kissing the homies goodnight isn't gay? Well, it depends on where you're kissing them, I guess. Mighty Geek
It
says
does.
no.
Where can you kiss them that it wouldn't be gay?
Yeah.
I don't know. Certainly
'Cause if
not on
kissing your
those.
homies goodnight is gay, that means you're doing it. That means that kissing is sexual.
Certainly not on the lips. If you're kissing them on the lips, that's probably, I won't necessarily sexual, but it's very I'm not
So
sure
not
what
on
the
the lips, but maybe on the neck is okay.
probably not. We know, Judas gave Jesus a kiss, and that's of course our culture, that seems, you know, not the thing to do, but back then it was a thing. And it wasn't about being gay, it was just about,
Yeah.
I'm not
That.
sure what to say. Massa Panda says, just to let you know up front, Rick, I'm a cheapskate. I'm a $5 super chat only type guy. Hey, well, $5 adds up. Jeff Potts says, with tongue, sexual. Without tongue, not sexual. I guess that's for kisses. Timothy's wondering what kind of show this is.
We're not sure. We're not sure ourselves.
But like I said, I'm not expecting anybody to do it at first, but it's nice to have the option for people to want to do it if they want. You know, maybe once my channel has 10,000 subscribers, maybe then I might be getting super chats on a regular basis.
You gotta spice your channel up. That way you can get no super chats.
Metal's here. I showed up late to this. I should probably leave again. Joshua says, why would I pay for super chats if you're going to read every comment anyways? This is true. Maybe at that point I'm
Yeah.
not reading every comment. Or maybe it's, by then,
Yeah.
stuff like this will be a little bit more talking with people about whatever, and so I won't be able to get to all the chats a lot more. I don't
Yeah.
know. But you make a good point. Right now it's at a point where I can read most of the chats, if not all the chats,
Yeah.
most of the time. But I'm sure there's going to come a point where I can't read all the chats or even most of them. They'll just
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's a bit of the goal. But somehow you got to keep interactive with
Yeah.
your audience. I want to always try and do that. So maybe yeah, I'd always read the super chats, but maybe I don't. I might read some of the non super chat
Well,
ones.
yeah, like I guess if you find a chat that really sticks, I guess if you find like somebody says something that really sticks out, go ahead and read it. Just like, oh, such and such says this.
Good Night Spoon says, Rick, I
Let's go
have
off of that.
an idea for a reason why people should pay to chat. Okay, he says it's super genius. What is this, Good Night Spoon? So when you are get the hours there, John, are you gonna get yourself monetized, or did John go away from the computer?
May have.
You could read the super chat in a unique voice too. People, you could pay you to read the chat, right? Well, that's true, but I'd probably mess it up anyways. Because it is me.
Hmm.
I'm not sure whether I mess up when I'm just going too fast or I mess up even when I'm not trying to go fast to read the chats. And Metal points up to Goodnight Spoon's last thing. I guess in agreement with Goodnight Spoon. So yeah, it would definitely be interesting once I am monetized in that way. You know, that's going to be probably. I probably won't. That's not going to happen probably till sometime next year because July and August I'm gonna get the hours up there. Most likely, September is going to be a long month for me, so to speak, because I've got probably about 4 or 5 cons to go to between September and October, or maybe not necessarily cons. Well, mainly cons, but something to sell my comics at. There's something here called Super Crawl on the first weekend in September that I'm going to be able to go to, set up a table for free, and then the week after that, I'm on my way to Dillard's
Yay!
for con on the 16th in his area. So we'll meet up with him. We'll have a pool party on the 17th, and then I'm back here for the next weekend. After that, for Hamilton Comic Con, and then the next week after that, I'm on my way to Minneapolis, Minnesota, for a con there, and then I'm back here, and then 2 weeks later, I'm down to Athol, Massachusetts, for another comic book type event. So probably during that time, there's going to be a lot of time where I'm not really streaming, unfortunately, just
Hey,
because
that happens.
I won't have the time, unfortunately, or won't be at a computer or whatever. I'll probably make some short videos, have all that
There you
sort
go.
of stuff done. Goodnight Spoon says, then pay you again to reread it. It's totally sustainable. This is true. Possibly. Goodnight Spoon. Joshua says, you could write the super chatters usernames on the Canadian shield behind you. I wouldn't want to do that because I take him to cons so people can, uh, or I'm going to try to take him to cons, especially locally. Do you celebrate the 4th of July? No, I do not. I celebrate the 1st of July because that is what's called Canada Day, or once was
Uh,
called Dominion Day. It is Canada's birthday.
aha. Yes, like, why would you be celebrating the 4th? You're not American!
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, sorry
Although,
about that. I had to take a phone call.
oh, no problem, no problem. So, are you planning to get monetized when you get your 3,000 hours, John?
Probably not.
No?
If I could do something to like enable super chats, I'll probably enable them. But I don't think I'm going to go to the monetization route. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with not playing music and doing other things. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I don't think I'd want to be demonetized because I swore too much.
Yeah. So if there's a way to get the super chat, enable super chats, you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's good. What about the membership thing for your channel?
What's that?
That's basically
Oh, the membership thing. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe not.
yeah. Good night, Spoon says, I dare you to hold your tongue and try to say Athol. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that because I know what it'll come out as. It's just like when you do the kids when you're a kid and they trying to get you to say the word puck, like a hockey puck, and you say it
Gotcha.
you say it a certain way and you say a different word, or it comes out sounding a different word.
You say the word antelope instead.
Yeah.
There you go.
So aside from you sitting around here dreaming of other people's money, what's new in your life, Rick?
Okay, what was that? I didn't quite hear the last part.
Something about you dreaming about other people's money.
Yeah, I heard that.
I said other than just sitting around dreaming of other people's money, what's new with you, Rick?
Well, as you know, it was my birthday Saturday. Turned 50. Got $100 from my dad. Bought some.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
Got some new videos. Got a few new toys.
You're 50 years old and your dad is still alive? It's amazing.
Yeah, he turned 75.
You know what
this
that is?
year.
That's white privilege. That's what that is.
How do you know he's white?
Because you're white, Rick.
Yeah, well,
Are you one of those? You one of those guys that gets fooled by
Alice?
by your wife, brings home the little dark baby?
no, I wouldn't be that fooled. But
Yeah. Is there something you want to tell us?
no, I'm just trying to tease John. Massive says, heard there are some damn good-looking women prancing around in bikinis on Canada Day. Can you confirm, Rick? Oh, probably, since depends where you are in the country, I would guess. But the beaches, if they're open, I'm sure there's lots of good-looking women on those days because it's nice and warm up here during that time. At least southern Ontario, probably even around the border and all that in like the western provinces.
And how you gonna make one of them your wife?
I can't make them my wife, but try and woo them.
That's the
Like,
new that's the plan I wanted. I don't want to hear about how you're gonna monetize your channel for $17.80 in the year 2024. I want to hear how you're gonna get a wife and some kids.
well, by asking a girl out and all that, getting to know a girl and asking her out, and hopefully
Okay,
she
so
say
Getting to
yes.
know
what's the plan?
you.
What's the plan? Spit some
Getting to
game
know
out.
all about you. Getting to like you. Getting to hope you like me. No, Rick?
Maybe, I don't know.
You're gonna walk up. You're gonna be down at the lady's house and get your cello out and sing "Is You Is" or "Is You Ain't My Baby" like you Tom and Jerry or what?
I don't
You
think
know what
so.
they say about cellists? Cellists do it with their legs wide open.
Good night, Spoon says. What about ship? Well, ship just if you do it probably becomes shit. I'm not so bad. That
Yeah,
I
you
will
hold
say
your
that.
tongue and say pirate ship, and then it sounds like you're saying pile of shit.
Uh,
Rick
That's the
Metal.
one we had around these parts.
uh,
What, Rick? What? What is so important that you're Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Metal says Rick's awkward members only streams to 3 people filled with dead silence. Yeah, well, I don't think I'm gonna be doing those anywhere close to at first. I don't know. I don't know what I'd offer for a membership thing. Metal says Rick's only current strategy is Christian singles mingles. It's not even that.
I wouldn't
What?
recommend it.
I've tried it. I think I have.
Doesn't work, does it?
Not for me, anyways.
Have you ever tried lowering your standards to possibly a woman with a mental handicap?
No.
Come
How
on,
low are we
you're not
talking?
anywhere near desperate enough.
Massive
Let's say
flopping.
just below them the line. Let's say low enough so that you can't legally have a job.
Oh, that far into the spectrum, huh?
Aqua says, bro, I just
Certainly
ate
not
dog.
operate heavy machinery.
Aqua says, bro, I just ate a dog turd as it tasted like dog shy.
Huh.
That's an interesting question from Joshua Hughes. He wants to know, so since you're an old man now, do you find old ladies attractive?
Okay, what do you consider old ladies, first of all? Well,
How old are we talking?
50-year-old ladies.
I guess some of them are, but
Still a very small percentage, though.
old widowed grandmas.
Wow.
No,
No.
why
probably
not?
not, Joshua.
They probably had to be MILF material.
Yeah, if you're talking like original Aunt May type looking women, no.
Well, I mean, we
Maybe
gotta temper our
it's you, Aunt May.
expectations here, Rick. I mean, are you GILF material? I don't think so. So she can't be MILF material.
We're-
I mean, you gotta everybody kind of ends up usually matching with what they are. Maybe a point or two difference at the most.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, the metal gets it. Depends on
Depends
which
on
Aunt
which-
May.
Yeah, well, that's why I said sort of classic Aunt May. Like, obviously, the ones from the latest Peter Parker movies, or the latest Spider-Man movies, it would.
And you gotta start thinking
not-
about you're getting old, Rick. I mean, who's gonna be taking
MCU
care of you when
or-
you're wearing diapers and shitting all over yourself? Who is gonna be the
MCU
good
or
Samaritan
Spider-Man.
that's gonna roll you in the backyard and turn the hose on your dirty stinking ass?
I don't know. That's why I need to get married and have some kids so they can do it.
Yeah, you gotta get married to some nice big German broad with meaty forearms. They can roll you real good,
Okay, if you're trying to have, yeah, having kids, I guess you could always adopt, but wouldn't he recommend it age be like 30 and under for child breeding? I mean, I know there are those rare cases where
Oh, she's 58. I wouldn't have thought she was 58, the current Aunt May. Or technically, she's not current since she's dead now in the movies. Spoiler.
Oh, Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
oh that anime. Oh right, No Way Home.
Well, I mean, Marissa Tomei in her youth. I mean, let's be honest here. She's not the average woman. She was a rock solid 10 when she was in her youth. Marissa Tomei, circa My Cousin Vinny, was not your average woman. She was the most beautiful woman in the world.
Well, I guess she.
Talking average broads.
Yeah.
You know, got some stretch marks, got some brown paper bag paunch going on from a kid or two in the past. Maybe a couple of scars on her arm. It's whatever, just a regular broad.
Oh well.
Massive says.
Maybe she has to put on like a girdle to go to like a party in public.
Metal's like, oh god, I still dream of her from My Cousin Vinny sometimes.
Uh.
The current Aunt
Metal,
May.
stop dreaming about my girl. About that.
So she's the one. Was she like Vinny's girlfriend in that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that was the same woman, girl, whatever.
She was a woman in that, I believe. I don't believe she was underage.
Yeah.
Smoking hot smoke show.
Massive says there's a club here in Atlanta called Johnny's Hideaway that only plays oldies. It's famous for being a hotspot for desperate cougars. Rick, come to Atlanta. And then he says Marissa Tomei was hot in The Wrestler. But yeah, for 58, she's definitely really good looking. I didn't think she was 58. I would have guessed 30s or 40s.
They all look the same after a couple of years and a couple of beers. They all look the same. They all work the same.
I guess
And-
that's sort of true.
And then there's Madonna, who nowadays looks like she came from another planet.
Yeah.
That's why you want to stay away from these bras that want to stay young. You want somebody that's going to age gracefully. You want to be going around trying to find a woman with, brown hair. Get a little salt and pepper hair in there. Natural woman.
Metal's like, that's the exact type of woman half the men in my family ended up marrying. It's what the Jersey boys like. Massive Planet says she played a stripper and was topless here and there. Oh wow. Timothy says Madonna was never attractive.
I didn't say she was attractive. I said trying to stay young.
Well, I think it's more to Ninja's comments.
Oh, the only thing I said was nowadays she looks like she's from another planet. I didn't really say that I ever found her attractive. But she's even more hideous nowadays.
Oh, I forgot what she looked like when she was young. I wasn't really around. She was like before my time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Was she very pretty when she was young? I would imagine that she was passable when she was young if she was a pop star. And didn't she always have that gap tooth mouth? Let me look up a picture of Madonna when she was young.
Hang on, I'm checking.
Good night says, am I the only person who
Not
thinks...
I wouldn't say a gap tooth.
Goodnight says, "Am I the only person who thinks this sausage party gets objectively worse by introducing your horniness?" Probably. Well, no, you're probably not
Nah.
the only one, but
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of her when she was young. I looked up Madonna first album. Yeah, she looks. She's pretty. I would say she's like a solid 7.
Massive says Madonna looked
So
messed
now
up.
that we've established that Rick Piper will only accept a woman of Madonna's hotness or hotter, when are we gonna say this? It's just never gonna happen. When are we gonna put it in the same category as Winter Time's Not Gonna Be Hard? Like, I was realistic. I said I better get with my wife right now, because if I wait until I'm older, if I don't become a multimillionaire, my odds of getting a pretty girl are gonna drop drastically.
Yeah, I can see that. You know,
You
I
gotta
don't
play
want-
those odds. Like right now, you still got hair. You're not even bald, Rick. You gotta get it. You gotta strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you're still mobile. You don't have a problem walking around. You don't need like assisted mobility yet.
true. Hey, it's not for me.
Hey, imagine the kind of dog that you're going to attract when you can't walk and you got a bald head and you're overweight and dead broke. Imagine what kind of heifer's going to walk through that door into your life. Every time she walks into the door, you're gonna hear a wolf in the background like go.
Factor's putting an a lot of E's in the chat. I'm not sure what he's trying to say. Yeah, well, John, it's not from a lack of trying. I've asked several girls over the years, but they've all said no. Or they said yes and then gave me the runaround about actually putting it down a date to go on a date.
You gotta play the numbers game. That's what you learn from your big brother when you're young. Broads ain't special. You gotta weed out the ones that are gonna tell you no, and then the ones that do tell you yes, that's what you choose from.
Yeah.
Because 90% of the girls out there are gonna tell you no.
Well,
I go up and I say to a girl, "Hey, I'm a good man. You go out with me. Have a good time." No thanks, idiot, freak, loser, jerk. And they kick sand in my face, and they laugh, and they walk away with their friends. And I say, "All right, that's a no from that one. Yeah, that's this one over here."
well, that's usually what I've done. I've just asked them out. They said no, and I went on.
Yeah. And then how many more did you ask on the way home? At least bare minimum 3 a day. And of the 3 a day, you'll get, 7 at the end of the year that said yes. And then from that 7, you can choose. You got your choice of those 7.
Well, probably not by the end of the year because you probably went out with the ones that have said yes throughout the year, and if you're not still dating them or whatever.
Are you just trying to find ways to argue with me? My sound and perfectly reasonable logic?
Yes. I'm finding the flaws in your logic.
There are none. Stop looking.
Mendel says, well, get Rick some dumbbells and get him on the biceps so he can impress some lady. Well, I'd say I'm pretty strong. You know.
It doesn't matter if you are strong. Do you look fit? That's what's important.
Oh, not at the moment, but right now I have been losing weight. So.
What are you at now?
I just checked on yesterday. I am at 244.
Nice.
And
not too shabby.
I'm slowly going down, but not as fast as I would like, but You know, it's better than nothing. You know, not going down, right? At all. I'm hoping by the end of the summer I might be at 230, around 230, maybe a little lower.
And when are you gonna be like, okay, I'm good. Time for me to get a new wardrobe. Time for me to put away my basketball shorts and my t-shirts and put on a pair of, wife-finding clothes.
What are wife-finding clothes to you?
Oh, it's very simple. You go and watch those Hallmark movies. They like guys that wear like brown boots, regular denim jeans, usually a white shirt, and a flannel shirt over that white shirt with the sleeves rolled up.
I avoid that too like the plague.
That's your. I'm gonna find me a girlfriend, find me a wife outfit.
Joshua says we need to gather together all the females in Canada into one place so Rick can ask them all out. The metal says that's great to hear. Progress is progress. Yeah. Good night, Spoon says, Rick, are you conducting a fitness competition? No, I'm not.
You'd lose, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I check my weight usually once a week. I've been reducing what I.
I'll go on a challenge with you, Rick, because you're about at the same weight that I am right now.
Yeah.
So we'll go on a challenge together, and we'll see who can lose the most weight. What do you say?
Okay. Well, it depends. What's the challenge exactly?
Well, shit, I don't know. What, I gotta think of everything? I just thought of this right now.
Yes.
Well, you brought up the idea, so it's like.
He's got you there.
I don't know. The loser gotta put something in their ass. I don't know.
Well, definitely not.
I mean, what's gonna put a fire under you to not lose? I don't know. What's the prize? What's the punishment? I have always felt that punishments are way better than prizes. The fear of the punishment that gets you going.
The loser has to wear a dress the next time they stream.
Nah, Rick would do that for $4.
I do what for $4? I zoned out there for a second.
Wear a dress and make out with an inanimate object?
I would not do that for $4.
Who said anything about making out with an inanimate object?
I don't know. I'm just adding things to make the pot spicier.
You should do push-ups for Super Chat, says Joshua. Well, maybe by that time.
Yeah, there's a guy. Can you not do a push-up right now? No, there's a dude. There's a dude that Mallet was having me watch, and every time he would get a Super Chat, he was a woodworker, and he would drop down and do 10 push-ups.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that guy. I watched him, too.
Oh.
Good Night Spoon says, I'll throw $50 in the pool. Okay, what's this? I guess for the challenge?
Yeah, for whoever loses the most weight, and there has to be a minimum that has to be lost.
What's the minimum?
Let's say we do a 6-month challenge, Rick. 6-month challenge. And you have to lose a minimum. In that 6 months, you have to lose a minimum of 25 pounds, maybe even 30 pounds. That's a lot. So in order to even just the challenge itself is to lose at least 25 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever wins gets the money, right? And then me and you have to throw in money. We have to make an actual wager on this. And if people in the chat want to donate to the cause, they could donate to the cause.
Yeah.
It's like the free parking spot on Monopoly, and I know for a fact that that's not what is supposed to happen according to the official Monopoly rules. But a lot of home games, you get the taxes and everything going to the middle of the board, and whoever lands on free parking, vis-a-vis whoever wins the competition, gets all the money. Yep. All the clout, all the fame, and the women.
Oh, I see.
Captain Finity's here again and says, Dylan!
Your adoring fans are here.
Oh, God. One pull-up for every individual chat over 20? I can't even do one pull-up.
Yeah, I can't do a pull-up either. Even when I was back skinny and all that, I couldn't do a pull-up. We can
Good
do.
Night Spoon says, can we do fat percentage? Muscle is heavy and I don't have much to lose.
Well, I've got
Well,
lots
Dan,
of
what
fat
happened?
to-
Now we can't do fat percent.
Yeah, I've gone on a semi-strict diet for myself. It's like I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to. Well, I don't think I said it. I'm trying to lose weight, obviously, but I'm not gonna try it. I'm not trying to kill myself while doing it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what are you at right now, John?
I am at 249.
Oh,
Impressive.
let's see. Captain Finities. I said I had a minute to myself today, and I came up with an idea for another page.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
I
that's
guess-
good because I'm almost done with this page. I'll have it done by the end of the day.
Let's see. Goodnight says if I go to 20 to 10% fat, I'm capped at a max of 10. It works to your benefit. Metal says I can probably fix your diet in just a few calls. Yeah. Well, what I basically been doing is trying just to eat like 2 packs of Mr. Noodles a day. One a couple hours after I get up, and then
Mr. Noodles?
yeah. Sometimes I add like a little something extra to them, like a little bit of meat or whatever, some extra spices. I haven't been sticking strictly to that, obviously, because like Saturday I went for a steak dinner for my birthday, but.
All right, Rick.
What?
I'm going to put a picture here in the general of your Discord. This right here, this image that I just sent you, is the absolute most casual that you can dress when you're actively single looking for a mate. This is about as casual as you can go. Anything more casual than this, you are seen in the eyes of a woman as a slob. Now, this don't mean that you once you get her, that you can't dress more casual than this. But when you're actively looking to date a girl, this is as casual as you can be on a daily basis.
Yeah. Metal said hipster lumberjack chick. Or something to that effect.
Chic.
Hey, Manticore, how are you? Oh, yeah, this sounds like it.
You probably got to get a haircut so you don't look like a damn hippie.
Oh, so now in addition to Rick losing weight, Rick has to dress like a metrosexual, says Jeff.
No, not a metrosexual, an adult. Rick dresses like he's going to fucking. Rick dresses like he's 8 years old and going to school with his t-shirt tucked into his sweatpants shorts.
Hey, I do not tuck my t-shirt in. I just t-shirt and shorts.
Wearing like a t-shirt, a striped t-shirt, and a pair of like cotton shorts. No, Rick. No, bad Rick.
Captain Foot, and he says, "Awesome, we're going to back to that moment. Dominica and Finity get their sniper mission."
Get given the sniper mission.
Metal says, "Shave the neck, but keep the goatee. Your face framed." Yeah, I just gotta.
To keep your face framed.
Yeah, I just gotta shave more often. But then again, the thing I'll say, for the lack of a better word, trimmed it down a little bit, but except for the trimming, a little bit of trimming I do when it gets slightly too long. This is minimum of 6 months growth.
God damn. You know what it looks like? Those kinds of beards, it looks like you've given up. And you could say all day long, well, you know, my hair doesn't grow that fast, or it grows too slow, or it grows too fast or too slow, but they don't want to hear that. They just want first impression. Boom. What do you look like when you first walk through that door? He looks presentable.
Yeah.
He looks fine.
Like, I'll
give him a shot.
You should wear a fedora. I like trim. Trim is good. It looks like you care. And by trim, I just
like this guy in the picture I sent you. Yeah, like, look at this guy in the picture I sent you. He does not have a beard. He doesn't have a full-on beard. He has stubble and scruff, and it's pretty long growth. It's almost a beard, but his neck is shaven, and the portions of his face where the hair would grow up are also shaven. It's shaped up. It's tidy.
The stuff that's on his cheek, I probably wouldn't get most of that. You know, and even what he has there would probably take me 2 or 3 months to grow.
Yeah, like all you gotta do, like if you want to keep your goatee, keep the goatee, but just shave off, keep everything else shaved, or at least no more than like 2 days worth of growth. And then make sure you keep the mustache. The mustache, keep that out of your mouth. Get a pair of scissors and just every other day, keep the mustache out of your mouth, and you should be fine.
Oh, for me, it wouldn't be every other day. That they probably wouldn't grow into being a problem for at least a month.
Every week, just to make sure.
You
wanted to keep it looking as like, like when you think of like, okay, sloppy equals smelly, sloppy equals lazy, sloppy equals not a good husband. That's what's going through their head. I'm gonna have a problem getting this guy to take out the trash. I'm gonna have a problem getting this guy to, put his dish in the sink after he's done eating. I'm gonna have a problem with this guy not, maintaining a gainful employment. That's what the long mustache and that's what that all signifies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all. All you have to do is manipulate them and trick them. Easy as pie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no guy in the world. This picture of this guy I just sent you.
Yeah.
This picture of this guy I just sent you. There's no guy in the world that is this guy in a woman's head. Right?
Yeah.
In a woman's head, this guy is, I'm going to marry this guy because he's going to do X, Y, and Z. No guy in the world is going to do what they think that this guy is going to do. Even this guy right here in this picture. This guy's probably lazy as fuck. Probably leaves his dirty underwear all over the place. But he's tricking them, you understand?
Yeah.
Putting on the show. The dog and pony show. Maybe get a dog and walk it.
Or you could be
and it's exhausting. It's you can't. Yeah, don't be inauthentic.
That's what I try to be.
It's not worth your time. Well, think about the movie Tommy Boy, right? The guy says, "I could put a guarantee on a piece of shit and guarantee you it's going to be a piece of shit. You're still not going to buy my, it's not worth thing. I mean, what you want is you want the appearance.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the tricking, isn't it? Guaranteeing the piece of shit? This piece of shit?
No, being authentic is the guarantee. Like, no, you're slapping a guarantee on what you are right now. I don't want to be guaranteed that. I want a dream that we're gonna, you're gonna take me out to fancy places and I can show you off to my friends and be like, oh, look at my boyfriend who's clean and nice and presentable, and I can introduce you to my family and yada yada. You got to have that facade. You got to make them want to show you off to people.
What if you
Women are
don't want-
very materialistic.
Well, that I believe that they can be, yes. But what if you don't want to be shown off?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Well, I guess you're almost saying like a trophy husband, if you will, instead of a trophy wife. What if you?
No, I mean presentable. I mean acceptable. I'm not talking about trophy. We're not anywhere near trophy yet.
Yeah,
We're talking
but
about passable, acceptable.
but by saying show off, that's sort of like being a trophy. Oh, I got this good husband that I can show off. You know, you show off your trophies, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
So that's why I would say like a trophy husband. That's what it sounds like you're describing. to
Yeah,
me
that's
anyway.
yes. That's what it is. Yes.
And for me, I don't want to be somebody. I want her to be able to talk good about me, that, I'm a good guy, or however you want to say it. But
Oh,
at the same time, I don't want to be just a trophy husband or whatever. I want to do all the, take out the garbage and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know. Want to be me at the same time.
Look at. She wants to be proud of you.
Yeah.
That's what she wants. You don't have to live up to everybody's expectations.
Yeah.
You don't have to show up and take her sister and her sister and her sister's husband out to a fancy dinner and foot the bill for everybody. She just has to be proud to be with you. You're acceptable. You're passable. You're not in any way an embarrassment. That's the facade you got to put on.
Yeah.
That you're passable.
Joshua says all healthy relationships are built on lies. Metal said,
That's correct.
like personality, I wear my GI a lot. Hello, Factor. A lot, but I have a lot of presentable clothes for when I meet women. I even keep dress clothes for when we go out. Good night, Spoon. It's better to be hated for who you are than loved for someone you are not. I'd agree with that. Captain Finity says, hot, smart brunette on dig on successful published comic writers. This is known. Metal says it's status. Showing off your husband is a form of status. It's natural. Yeah, for some, for sure.
No, it's not for some. It's for all. It's a natural human thing. Like, do you really think that you're being a bad person because you don't want your wife going out to go, shopping or whatever, wearing pajamas and a sloppy old halter top and flip-flops, fuzzy rabbit flip-flops, and looking like a slob? That makes you a bad person? No, it's natural, healthy human things.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but if she wants to, why not let her?
Because it's it's your responsibility.
Okay.
If someone is going around looking a slob, they don't want to do anything. They're just like, you know what? I've given up. That person's in a state of depression. That's now your responsibility. That's your partner.
Yeah, if they're actually depressed, if they're doing that because they feel comfortable in that, and there's lots of people that feel comfortable in that would feel comfortable doing that.
Go on.
Well, I just said. Well, I'm not sure what I can say beyond. There's lots of people that would, or women or whatever, feel comfortable, going out in what you described, just to get some groceries or whatever. Go to Walmart for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, but is that you being productive and healthy?
Well, if you're just going out to Walmart for a few groceries, technically it's productive.
Well, no, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. You said if they're comfortable doing that, which means they're going to continue to do that all the time.
Right.
Well, I guess I'm more thinking like, okay, yeah, if you're going to work and your work demands you dress a certain way, yeah, you got to dress that way for work. But when you're just off work doing whatever, yeah, maybe if you're going out to a fancy restaurant to eat, yeah, they're getting dolled up, for stuff like that. But when
you're acting like I'm talking in extremes here. I'm not talking about getting dolled up. I'm talking about wearing regular schmegular clothes, not looking like a slob. Just putting on a regular set of clothes.
Yeah, well,
not rolling out of bed and living your entire day like you just rolled out of bed.
Huh.
That's depression.
Fix yourself up, basically. Yeah.
Wash your hair. Don't even have to wash your hair. Wash your face. Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth.
Comb your
hair. Take a shower.
Throw on a different. Don't you don't even got to take a shower. Just at least put on a different T-shirt than the one you were sleeping in. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Grantish Crosby. Basic self-respect. And if somebody demands that you have basic self-respect for yourself, that means that you got to be fake for them. Maybe you're the one that has depression.
Possibly.
Maybe you're the one that's given up. It's like maybe somebody's got to give you a shake and say, hey, you know what? It's time to get up and get dressed.
Yeah.
It's natural, normal stuff. And because, you're an active, healthy productive member of society, you get up, you get clothed up, you go out and you go get your, I don't know, eggs because you ran out of eggs last night. You go and get some eggs for breakfast in the morning, come back home, and you're already dressed and ready for the day. And, you get on your day off and you're ready to do whatever. It's fine. You don't have to be dressed up all the time. It's fine to wear basketball shorts and a T-shirt when you're mowing the lawn.
Yes.
It's fine to do that stuff when you're going to get dirty. When you got to go change the oil in your car, you don't want to get the back of your shirt all stained up.
Your Sunday best.
Yeah, you throw on clothes that are basically one wash away from becoming shop rags.
Yes.
That's what you wear as a guy. But when it's time, like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with my chores in the morning. I'm going to come in. I'm going to take a shower. And I'm going to throw on a pair of regular clothes and be ready for the day.
Yeah.
I guess it's regular clothes are different for everyone, I think. Shorts and a T-shirt are regular clothes to me.
Yeah. It works.
Well, if
I understand
winter,
that, but like if I was making a movie and I was casting for the movie, if I was the costume design, right?
Yeah.
I'm making a movie with Steven Spielberg, and he says, "I need you to." I got 4 actors here. These guys, they're losers. They're the potheads that hang out in the living room, never do anything, right? What am I putting them in? What am I costuming these guys in? I'm putting them in T-shirt and shorts or sweatpants and shit, and I'm putting them in the living room, and they're probably gonna have like cereal stains on their shirts. That's what I'm doing.
Nah.
It's like just because you feel comfortable wearing that stuff doesn't mean everybody else doesn't see that as I've given up kind of clothing.
Well, they may. That's I can't change what they perceive. Doesn't mean I have.
Why would you
or-
try?
What? Change what they perceive it as? I'm not saying I would. I'm just saying I can't help what they perceive. You know.
Goodnight Spoon says I change my oil in my dress shirts. Right. Now, the thing is this. The reason I laughed is because most people, again, we're talking about most people. We're talking about attracting a mate. Most people would find someone changing their oil in a dress shirt to be a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just like most people would find somebody wearing shorts and a t-shirt inappropriate attire to go out to go eat or to go anywhere in the world. That's something you wear at home exclusively.
Yeah. Your Garnesh Crosby says your appearance can reflect things like, and there's the key word can, doesn't necessarily does. Are you self-disciplined? Do you exercise good judgment and self-control? And although I dress like this, I have all those things. I'm pretty self-disciplined. I'd say I exercise good judgment most of the time. And I definitely have a lot of self-control. I would say. And I'd say those that know me would say that too.
Interesting. So what else is new?
New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, New Orleans,
What's new about those places?
their names.
Are you ready, Rick, for 5 days, a week of this?
Yeah, I don't know. But I will get used to. Well, the chill streams well, I'm sure anybody can come on during my quote unquote art streams. Like Mondays, I'm gonna be.
I understand. What you're saying is, during my regular streaming week, I won't be having Dillard on. I get it.
No, you're welcome on anytime, Dillard.
I understand.
But no, I'm just saying, chill streams are for talks, like whatever, and this is part of whatever, right? And we'll probably talk about whatever during, when I do stuff on cross comic stuff, like, Canadian Shield, I'll be doing some stuff for Canadian Shield on air, drawing and all that, or whatever. Wednesdays, I'm planning on trying to have somebody on talk about their book.
Yeah, you told everybody that already.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
What?
I don't know what I'm saying. I think I know what I'm saying.
Why are you fighting? You're
I'm
fighting
not-
with me, aren't you?
No. I guess I'm just saying, like, I'll have people on when I'm doing the other type of streams other than this. But this stream, Tuesday nights, is just going to be panel stuff. Talk about whatever. Like I said, the other ones probably talk a little bit about whatever, too. Depends on
Cool.
who comes on. Who does come on, who doesn't, The conversation is always wacky on here, right?
No. It's usually very depressing.
Metal says, the way you look when you meet someone is like a cover letter on a resume when applying for a new job again. Many other people who spent a lot longer crafting theirs. Yeah, definitely can be. I don't disagree.
What do you mean can be? Can be, might possibly be.
What do I mean? Well, some people don't always judge
Well, I
based
guess what I
on.
mean to say is, why do you keep denying reality?
I'm not. I'm accepting that. Yeah, that is part of reality. But there are people that don't judge somebody based on what their clothes look like, and I don't judge anybody based on what their clothes look like or how they're presented. I get to know the person. I judge people based on their character. To me, clothes are looking at somebody's clothes to how they are as a person is, to me, a bit superficial.
Why?
Because there's lots of people that are mean and nasty that dress up and all that, and there's people that are real good and disciplined that don't. And you never know who a person is till you get to know them.
Right, but you're just willingly ignoring signs that are given there, and God has given you judgment and a
Yeah,
discerning spirit. Like, why would you just ignore things? Why?
to me, that's not how I figure out whether they're, I guess, for lack of a better term, a no good slob or not willing to do what it takes to do stuff. You know, to get yes factor.
The hell is that noise?
Factor draws tooting a horn or something.
That ain't me.
Yeah, I know. He's obviously working with something in the Discord now. He's clapping hands.
You talking to me?
Well, I'm telling you what Factor Draws does. The guy with the Batman uh, avatar.
Oh,
Yeah, he was the one that those sounds were coming from. What was I
well,
saying?
there you go. You were saying you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, I guess so. And I get a lot of people around, or probably most of society does judge people on that stuff. I try not to myself, and I think I do a good job at
It's
it.
like I was talking to you earlier about the numbers game, right?
Yeah,
Like when it comes to the girls and all that, it's like you gotta play the numbers,
yeah,
and that's unfortunate, and it shouldn't be that way, but that's reality. It's very rare that somebody says, I don't pursue any girl at all, and all of a sudden I see a girl and I like her, and then she likes me, and then we live happily ever after, having not looked at all or tried at all. It doesn't
yeah,
really happen. So it's like you take something that's already going to be a long shot, right? Like, for instance, if I was not married right now, I'm almost 50 years old. I'm 275 pounds. I got 2 kids, right? And
yeah,
right now, my job isn't paying very well at all. If I had to go out today and go look for a wife, a new girlfriend, a wife, wearing what I'm wearing right now, it would be damn near impossible.
yeah,
I would need to go and, throw on a different pair of shoes, you know, and make sure that my clothes don't smell like cigarettes and probably take a shower and go and try to find. Now, if I didn't do that, my odds go from damn near impossible to absolutely impossible.
yeah. Probably.
No, it is 100% a fact. They would go to impossible. Like people say, you miss 100% of the shots you never take.
Yeah,
That's a true statement.
True.
Because if you're not willing to get dressed, suit up, and show up, you're not taking a shot. And if you're not taking a shot, you're not going to get it. If you're not even taking a shot.
Well, to me, not taking a shot is not asking. No matter how you're dressed, yeah, maybe the odds are not really in your favor at all if you're dressed like that, but you never know what could happen.
No. The odds are already stacked against me. The odds of me going out right now, let's say I looked and dressed my best, my absolute best, and I went out there and I tried to find a woman. The odds of me finding another wife are about 70%. I could probably do it. Now, if we whittled that down to women that I thought were, very beautiful, I whittle that down to about 30%. The odds are about 30% that I could make that happen.
No.
Right? Now, if I do that, and coupled on top of that, you throw in my overweight status, my kids and all that, my odds go down to about 5%. And then throw on top of that, I don't even get dressed. I just go out looking like whatever. My odds drop to 0.
Yeah, I'd say 1% or maybe 0.5%.
Nope. 0.
I
And the only way my odds would even be at like 1% or above or whatever is if I changed some other factor, like I lowered my standard to what I was willing to accept. If I was willing to accept some lazy bum broad that smelled and had bad hair or had a bald spot on top of her head and maybe was a little bit retarded, who knows? Then maybe my odds would go back up again.
For some of it, I disagree in what you said, and just with maybe it's because of who I am and how I look at the world. Well, obviously that's what it is. I'm not sure what to say.
Yeah, it's like I'll say, oh, I'm going to go run this race. But, as I'm going to run this race, before I go run this race, let me go over here and put my foot in this vise and crush my foot. Why would I do that to myself?
Because want to be not smart?
Because I want to be authentic? No.
Well, that would.
How long do I got to be alone? How long do I got to be alone and punk rock?
Well, for me, I'd rather.
So I don't be a sellout.
For me, I'd rather be. I guess as Goodnight with Spoon was saying, authentic, be me, and not have anyone then tricking somebody into liking me, and then they end up seeing something different later on that they don't like. At least this way they know what they're getting from the
you
start.
No, nobody knows what they're getting into when they get into a relationship. That's a fallacy. That's some sort of a fantasy.
Well, they know
fairy
closer
tale
to
thing.
what they're getting.
Nope. Nobody has any idea what they're getting into when they get into a relationship with somebody else. Not a clue.
Yeah, because
they think they do, but they don't.
There's programming and how you act, that you've learned from before you can remember from, your mom and dad and society and all that.
So what are you gonna be? Are you gonna be like, well, you know what? I don't want to ever, I don't want to wear regular clothes, because seems to be the sticking point for you, is you don't want to change the clothes that you wear.
I have jeans and I have
that's the hill you're gonna die on. For what reason?
I'm not sure I know the hill what that means, but I have jeans. I wear them from time to time. When I feel like it. I have dress pants. I don't usually wear those except for when the actual occasion calls for wearing dress pants. I have good shirts and I have sweaters and stuff like that. Usually when the more fancier stuff I wear when, and I shouldn't say fancy because fancy is probably too up of a term. Like a regular dress shirt isn't really fancy, but you know, if there's an occasion that needs to call to wear it, I will. But in everyday
There is
life,
an occasion. It's called I'm single.
to me, that's not an occasion.
Oh. Well, good luck with that.
If I'm going to an event that requires or should have a dress shirt, yeah, I'll wear it. But otherwise, maybe I'll just wear a t-shirt or uh, a sweater or something like that. No, I do not have a kilt. But I'm more t-shirts and jeans. I'll probably wear more often. But in warm weather, I like to you know wear shorts. Like in the middle of winter, yeah, I'd probably wear jeans a little bit more often. Around the house, I probably, because it's warm inside, I stick to shorts. But when I have to go out, I'd put on jeans or sweatpants or whatever.
Like you say, you would put on a pair of jeans because the weather outside would dictate so.
Yeah,
The weather is a factor.
yeah, because I don't like freezing my nuts off.
And all I'm saying is your relationship status is also a factor. If it's something that you want, you have to go for it.
To me, it's not. I don't want it to change who I am.
So what? You go to your own wedding in basketball shorts? Or what?
No, no. Obviously, a wedding, is like a suit or tuxedo or whatever type of event. So that's what I would
Why?
go.
That's not the authentic you.
Yes, it is because it's the type of event that calls for it. Sitting around the house watching TV does not call for necessarily jeans.
Well, who the hell does that?
What
Just sit around all day watching TV.
did I say all day? I just said sitting around. What being.
Well, how many times a day are you gonna get changed? Like every
It
time you
depen-
come home, you're gonna put back on your shorts.
Well, say I had a regular 9 to 5 job, right? And
Yeah.
if I went to work, I dress for what I need to work. And most likely that would be pants, probably jeans, and either a t-shirt or a shirt, sweater or whatever type of thing, or long sleeve shirt that's
Yeah, let's say
made
you
out
wear
of.
you wear a pair of slacks or a pair of jeans or some chinos or whatever, regular pants. You have a work shirt, right? Let's say you have a uniform shirt with your name on it, it says Piper, and you wear like a jacket over it, right? It's a regular collarless, not collarless, but just a regular, like a jacket like the guy in the picture I sent. Just a regular old jacket. You throw that on top of your work shirt, you go to work.
Yeah.
Okay,
What-
so you get up in the morning, you get dressed, you go to work, and then you come home from work, you take off your jacket, and you're probably hanging around in your work shirt still.
Yeah.
Unless you do a job where you get very dirty, like mechanic work, then you go and take a shower when you get home.
Yeah. But
Right?
depending on how I'm feeling in that, what I'm wearing, I would go. I could possibly go change into a pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
And that would make sense, right? If you were married. But you ain't.
Why should it change?
Because you're trying to find a mate.
So I should not wear shorts and a t-shirt when I come home from, well, if I was working like that, from work. I'm here all day, doing, drawing and all that on, the computer or doing YouTube. Why shouldn't I be in something that I feel comfortable in,
Well, you should.
that I can relax in while I'm doing that?
Well, I don't know. How relaxed do you got to be?
Well, you gotta have clothes on, right? Nobody wants
I
to
mean,
see
not
me
according to
naked.
you. I mean, gee whiz. But the fact is, I mean, you're on a live stream on
Yeah,
YouTube. I mean, you know,
yeah.
that should be cause for let me put on a shirt, comb my hair. I'm gonna be on
Well,
camera for people to see.
yeah. Well, it's definitely cause for me to put on a shirt. Use.
It's the same as like it's the same as like, oh, I gotta go run some errands, right? I gotta go run some errands. I probably shouldn't wear my shorts and this t-shirt, my lounge around the house clothes. Should probably put on some regular clothes and go run my errands.
But
Go
to
pay a
me,
bill or two. Go pick up something at the grocery store because these are the places you would actually meet your prospective wife, right? You're gonna go to the grocery store, maybe stop at the post office, mail off a few commissions or whatever. You know, I got to put on something presentable,
shorts and a
something that
t-shirt.
doesn't look like I just rolled out of the bed. I don't know why that's such a big deal.
Well, to me, shorts
Like
and
when
t-shirt.
you're home and you know you're gonna be when you know you're gonna be home for the rest of the day, you're done, your back's hurting because you worked really hard. You don't need to go get groceries. You took a shower, you're done. You want to pop on a movie, you know you're not going anywhere. Yeah, wear your boxers and nothing else. That's it. You're done for the day. But if you still got stuff to do, put on some regular clothes.
Well, to me, shorts and a t-shirt are regular clothes.
And I'm telling you, to the majority of people, they're not.
Well, good for them.
And you gotta play the odds.
I'm not
It's
gonna
not
be
good for
who
them.
I'm not. I'm
Bad
not
for
gonna
you
be who
because you're
I'm
the
not.
one out there looking for a wife.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be who I'm not.
Well, you know what they say: dress for success.
Yeah. You know, maybe it makes it harder for me, but I want to find a woman that wants me for me. That that wants will accept me dressing the way that I dress.
I wish you luck.
And why would you say, I wish you luck? You wish him luck because the odds are that's not going to work. So you need luck on your side for that to work. Let's just
Depending
be
on the
realistic
woman
and
he's
play
pursuing.
the odds.
Well, I am in a
You know,
sense.
I know for a fact I love smoking. Smoking is who I am. I'm a smoker. And I know for a fact that when I
Yes.
go fishing, if I'm smoking a cigarette and I'm using power bait, the smell of smoke on my fingers is going to affect the power bait, and the odds of me catching a fish are going to go way down.
Yeah.
And I don't want to stop smoking. So what I'll do every time I want to put on some new bait is I'll walk over to the lakeshore and I'll wash my hands off in the water, come back,
Yeah.
and put the bait on my hook, toss it back out, and then relight my cigarette. It's a pain, but it's something I have to do because I want to achieve success in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So is getting dressed before you go out. It's a pain in the ass, but it's something you have to do to obtain success in what
Yeah.
you're trying to do.
Yeah. Well, shorts and a t-shirt is being dressed. I'm not going out naked.
Well, that might work for you, but
Yeah, I'm not saying everybody else has to do it. I'm not trying to force this on anybody. And, if it makes it harder, oh well, it makes it harder.
Yeah, so it makes perfect sense when I said this is the hill you've chose to die on. This is your Alamo. This is your last stand. You're not going any further back than this.
I guess so. If that's the way you want to phrase it.
Like Joshua Hughes is saying, you are hell bent on this scenario, making it work.
you're staying the course.
I'm looking up hot girls in Canada on Canada Day. I'm not finding any. Oh, I gotta take my safe search filter off.
Well, maybe it does, Grant. But if a woman gets to know me in some way, shape, or form, because there's other ways to meet women. than just, meeting them in, the grocery store for 5 seconds. She would know I'm
Hey, look
not
who it is!
lazy.
It's Linda.
Yes, she's been here for a couple seconds. I'm not sure whether she's been
Oh.
listening or not.
How can I listen?
I'm live.
No, I just somebody.
I wasn't yelling. But it is about 20 after 12.
What?
It's 20 after 12. I don't know what time
What?
that is for you, but for me, it's 12:20.
a.m. here in
Yeah.
uh,
On the here on the East Coast. Again, I don't know what time that is for you, but for me, that's what it is.
Mom. Mother.
You
Come here.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Well, I'm trying to get my mom to come back here. Shinobi, you want to?
Yeah, like, why would I get to know somebody? How would I get to know some girl if I'm repulsed by her appearance?
Oh, she's back.
Yeah. Okay. Joshua says to ask you, when you first met my dad, was he wearing t-shirts and shorts, or do you remember?
I don't remember. That was in 1969.
Yeah, that's a long ways back.
No, it wasn't.
Part?
We were out at a bar.
Yeah. So probably not the well.
Winter.
Yeah. So back then, especially that, being winter, probably. She said it was back in 1969. She met him back in '69 in a bar in the middle of winter. So, not exactly
So
shorts and
he was
t-shirts.
probably wearing an outfit like the one I showed you in the Discord.
I doubt it, but especially back then,
Why not? Don't they wear flannel in Canada?
not too often.
Oh,
I don't know. I've been to Canada. A lot of them were wearing flannel.
Anyways, I was gonna say, Shinobi, anything you want to promote?
not at this time. I'm in the blueprint stage right now, so nothing really concrete.
Uh-huh. And no, I'm not aware of Big Ed.
Oh,
Good
well, what do you mean in the blueprint? In the blueprint stage of what?
I'm thumbnailing stuff. I'm thumbnailing on what to do with the channel.
Your channel?
Yes.
Ah.
Metal says flannel is timeless. Well, since he doesn't have
Show
anything,
is.
anything you would like to promote, John?
Yeah, right here. My YouTube channel. Go and sub to me, Dillard Draws, on YouTube. Live at least twice a week. I do draw-alongs, have conversations with interesting people. Occasionally, I'll brush my hair and put on a shirt when I go live.
I don't think he's going to, but Factor Draws, anything you'd like to promote? I guess not, since we weren't able to hear him. Good night soon says, Rick, promote your cross comics fitness competition. I'm not sure whether we've fully established that yet or not. Maybe by next week sometime, if we do it, we can.
You?
Yeah, well, it's just what it means is losing a bit of weight, not necessarily doing a whole lot of stuff to do
Not
it well.
necessarily what.
Doing a lot of stuff to lose it. I don't know what John would have an idea for him losing because it was supposed to be between me and
Oh, I
him.
take competitions very seriously. I'm just gonna stop eating for 6 months.
I'd believe that. um. So thank everybody who came on the panel for being here, and thank everybody in the chat for being here. It's been a great time. Keep an eye out for my the Cross Comic shorts on YouTube. I know somebody's gonna do some sort of pun on that on me, troll me with it, but it is what it is. And we will see you Monday for high noon, everyone, next week. So, bye for now. God bless. Have a great day, night, whatever, everyone. Love you all. God bless.
Goodbye.